Hello learners, welcome to today's lesson. This is Form 3 Mathematics under the topic Surds. But before we look at the question, if you have just come across this channel for the first time, kindly subscribe, hit the notification bell below so that anytime we produce a video like this, you will automatically be notified. Going straight to the question, given that 2 minus the root of 3 divided by 2 plus the root of 3 is equal to a plus b into the root of c, find the values of the rational numbers a, b, and c. If you get a question involving surds and it is a fraction, you work out the question by rationalizing the denominator. Let us bring the question down the way it is. That is, we are going to have 2 minus into the root of 3. Then you divide by 2 plus the root of 3. That is how the question is. So to work out this question, it is very simple. Just rationalize the denominator. This is our denominator here. And to rationalize this denominator, we are going to multiply it by the opposite of it. That is, we are going to multiply this by 2. This is a positive. Now we use a minus the root of 3. Then whatever we have done here, we must also go and do it on the numerator. That is, we take this bracket, we also multiply it up here. That is 2 minus the root of 3. From there now, we have 2 sides. That is, we have the numerators and the denominator. If we begin by the numerator is 2 minus the root of 3. Instead of this multiplication sign, we use the brackets. That is 2 minus the root of 3. What we do now at this point is you expand the brackets. That is, we normally use the first bracket to expand the second. You take 2 times the entire of the second bracket, which is 2 minus root 3. What has remained here is minus root 3. You again multiply it by the second bracket, which is 2 minus the root of 3. At this point now, we can expand by multiplying 2 by 2 to give us 4. If you take 2 again times minus root 3 to give us minus 2 into the root of 3. Then we come here. This is minus root 3 times 2 will give us minus 2 root 3. And then minus root 3 times minus root 3, it will give us positive root 9. From here now, we can go down and simplify. We have our 4 minus, this is minus 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3. In total, we are going to have negative 2 to give us negative 4 into the root of 3. Then the square root of 9 will be 3. From here, we can collect the like terms. That is, take 4, you add 3 to give us 7, then minus 4 into the root of 3. And by so doing, you have worked out the numerators. Then we go to the denominators. The denominators will be equal to 2 plus the root of 3. You multiply by 2 minus the root of 3. Again, you expand the 2 brackets. We are going to use the first bracket to expand the second by taking 2 into the entire of the second bracket. Then what has remained is positive root 3. You multiply this with the entire of the second bracket, which is 2 into minus root 3. From there, if you take 2 times 2, you get 4. Then 2 times root 3 will give us minus 2 root 3. Then we go to the other side. Positive root 3 times positive 2 will give us positive 2 root 3. Then of course, positive root 3, you multiply by the negative root 3 will give us minus the square root of 9, since a positive and a negative will always be a negative. Going down, we are going to have 4. Then if you take minus 2 root 3 plus 2 root 3, it is the same as 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3 will give us a 0. Then of course, we are going to have minus root 9, and the square root of 9 will give us 3. And if you take form minus 3, the answer will be 1. If you go and connect the numerator and the denominator, we are going to have our numerator is 7 minus 4 root 3. You divide by the denominator, which is 1, and then if you divide anything by 1, the answer will still remain 7 minus 4 into the root of 3. And whenever you simplify this, it must be able to give us a plus b into the root of c, meaning the value of a will be 7, then b will be the number outside the root sign, and the number under the root sign will be our c in this case. Therefore, we can go down and say the value of a will be 7, the value of b will be negative 4, and the value of c will be the number under the root sign, which is going to be 3. And if you do that, you would have solved that question very well.